even as the colors of New England give way to the November gray, we have some beauty to share with you as we present the second of our series documenting Catholic Communications' August pilgrimage to Ireland. Today our group moves even further north for a visit to COMMEMARA Marble, and then on to KYLEMORE Abbey, a stop to the legendary Our Lady of Knock Shrine, before the pilgrims arrive at the northernmost tip of the Emerald Isle, Mallenhead. Today, once again, Fathers Gary Daly and Matthew Alcombright serve as our tour guides in this segment, produced by our senior videographer, Bill Pecosha.
Hello, I'm Father Gary Daly.
And I'm Father Matt Alcombright, welcoming you back to part 2 of our Ireland pilgrimage.
So we're having a little cup of lovely tea, as they say here in Ireland, and we're here in Letterkenny, Donegal, and we're looking at day 5 of our pilgrimage to Ireland. And we boarded the bus and went to Connemara, one of the beautiful picturesque area of southern Ireland. And Connemara is noted for its marble, and beautiful marble, 3-4 different colors.
So Connemara is actually quite famous for its marble quarries.
We went to the Connemara marble factory there, and what did you think of that marble?
It was just fascinating to see all the different colors and the different uses that they have, learning how they can be used for not only structural things but light fixtures, and it's just a beautiful stone.
In old libraries you will see marble windows, and marble allows the natural light to pass right through without fading books or documents inside. So cut marble down to 2 or 3 millimeters and you've got yourself a marble window. Isn't that extraordinary?
And of course our pilgrims did what they do best, and that's shopping. We boarded the bus with about 50 pounds of marble, and off we went to KYLEMORE Abbey, a very beautiful place. And the pilgrims had a wonderful opportunity to tour the grounds, the beautiful gardens, the Victorian castle that's there. And also we had the privilege of celebrating Mass with the sisters.
It was just a beautiful place of welcome, a place of peace, and we experienced that firsthand when we met Sister Magdalena right at the gate.
Also, we learned that the sisters are going back to their original charism of teaching, and what a wonderful opportunity for young people.
We came to KYLEMORE in 1920. We needed a larger place for the school. We had a school in Belgium and a school in Wexford, and then a school here until 2010. And we closed the school then because we didn't have enough nuns, and the castle needed a lot of repair where the school was actually in situ. We always wanted to continue with education. It's been part of who we are. But it will be better when we have a monastery and when it's all connected. And that and our prayer and our contemplation will be really what we are about more. And we plan to grow, but it's a plan.
Yes.
You know, it's in God's hands really, isn't it?
It is,
yeah.
Certainly is.
Yeah.
And then once we finished our visit there, we boarded the bus and headed over to Dan O'Hara's Heritage and History Center. And the pilgrims had the opportunity to board a wagon pulled by a tractor up to the hill with Dan O'Hara, giving us a little history and little folklore of Ireland.
So as we go down through the turf today, it's like reading a good book. We can read all those things. We can tell the climate we had here 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. We now know that the first people arrived here 7,000 years ago. We find their sites beneath the turf. We find their stone coffins, their ceremonial sites, their ancient calendars.
He was just a great tour guide filled with a lot of wit, a lot of charm, and a lot of stories. To go into the little cottage there, to see the hearth burning, to see how the people would live there, and especially the piece that he did on the turf, and how they get the turf and how they dig the turf and make all that for burning was very interesting, very resourceful, so it was just a wonderful time.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Day 6 of our pilgrimage, what I called the heart of our pilgrimage, and that is to the shrine of Our Lady of Knock in County Mayo. Father Matt, your thoughts, your first time at the beautiful shrine.
Yeah, it was my first time and hopefully not my last. It was such a special place, and you can feel that right when you get off the bus or get out of the car. The holiness, the peace, the prayerfulness of that spot. It's like going to Lourdes and Fatima, going to those sites of the apparition of our Blessed Mother that are just so touching, so moving for people there. You can just see that holiness exuding out of every part of it. It was a blessing to celebrate Mass, the two of us, for not only our pilgrims, for other pilgrims who were joined in the apparition chapel. And what a magnificent experience to be there where our Blessed Lady appeared with John the Evangelist and with Joseph and with the Lamb.
It's interesting that Mary has appeared in every place where there is poverty, where there are very poor people that have very little means. Mary has come to bring them hope. Mary has come to bless them.
The central message of Knock is hope and consolation to the people that you're not alone. We know what you've gone through, if you like, but essentially it's to give trust in the fact that God has a bigger plan for all of us. And I suppose that has developed over the years. And here at Knock itself, as you can see, we have a huge amount of different facilities. But the key in terms of when a pilgrim comes here, and what I call our engine room, is our Chapel of Reconciliation, the confessional. That's our engine room. That's where the miracles happen.
The message of Our Lady is just very powerful, and I just think that the pilgrims felt the presence, and I'm glad that you had that experience, Father Matt, for the very first time. Day 7 of our pilgrimage begins after we board the bus and make our trek through the Inishowen Peninsula, all the way up to Mallenhead, the most northern point of Ireland. On a very clear day, one can see the beautiful country of Scotland off the North Atlantic Sea. And so our trip up there was filled with great beauty. We had some very nice weather. I really wanted to bring the people to this very special place, which is Dune Well. There at Dune Well is a mass rock, and that mass rock is very precious to people in this area and throughout Ireland, reminding them of the persecution that existed during those penal days.
People were forced to go to the hillsides if they wanted to have mass. And that's where the mass rocks arose. These were in remote areas where they could put up a sentinel, someone who could warn the priest of the approach of the British to arrest them. The priest dressed as a lay person to remain incognito. And in some occasions, very devout Catholics stepped forward when they were caught and said, "I am the priest," and took the place of the priest and were subsequently put to death to protect the life of the priest.
Father Patrick, who I've been friends with for 32 years now, we went to celebrate Mass at his parish, which is the vigil of the Feast of the Assumption of Mary, and our pilgrims were able to join with his parishioners for that lovely Mass.
To be welcomed in by the parishioners and sitting in their seats, as we are always so protective of the seats that we sit in at Mass, them allowing us to come and to celebrate with them. And it's a true reminder of our universality of the Catholic faith, that we all celebrate the one liturgy, the one faith together. And it was just a beautiful experience, and to be welcomed, but to also pray with that community. Well, thank you, Father Gary, and thank you for joining us on the second installment of our pilgrimage to Ireland, and we'll see you for the third installment from Dublin.
Thank you, and Sláinte.